You got everything you need? Because once we're going, we can't stop. I know you're, used to doing things the way you're used to doing them, and I mean, we kind of. Are you even looking at me? I don't even. Can I? Let me just. We need hair, eyes, and makeup. You good? Okay, cool, great. This is weird. Um, this is my very good friend Matilda. She's kind of camera shy, but she's finally here. I don't know. Whenever I've mentioned bringing her on, I don't know. It's often met with friction, which she's made of silicone. That shouldn't be a thing. Um, but how are you? Yeah, very cool. I realize whether you think this is funny or gross or whatever you think this is. Um, I don't know. I watched Man on the Moon, and if you believe that it's funny, then it's funny, and I believe it's pretty funny. Um, no, I don't think like you're. I think you can say funny things. I think you've funny moments. I'm not making fun. Whatever. This is Matilda. Um, she's not wearing pants, but I like that you wore a button up today. It's a fun throwback, I suppose. Uh, anyways, do you ever like stick your fingers in something that shouldn't be a big deal, but like it just kind of grosses you out? I'm not talking about you. I'm talking. Okay, my coffee was sitting here, there, and I went to grab it on like the top, around the rim, and my finger slipped and just went knuckle deep into 2 shots of espresso, and it's fine. It's all good. I'm powering through, but every sip I take, I know that my fingers were marinating in this. And it's morning, and I, did shower, so they're clean. It's just I don't know. If skin touches food, I get weird regardless of how even if you're at a restaurant and you see the waiter or something scoop up whatever on a knife or a spatula and they do like the back of their finger thing, like I know it's probably clean, but it's gross. Fist me. All right. He's tired. Anyways, uh, I've been watching the show Smash recently. It's like an adult Glee. Um, okay, so like spoilers, but it came out in like 2012. It's so there's like Brian Darcy James, who is Brian Darcy James. He was I think he was in Titanic the musical. He was in Something Rotten. He was in this, that, that. He was in the West Side Story movie. Um, yeah, hopefully that fixes itself. Um, and then he's married to this girl Julia in the show, and at first you're like, awesome couple. She writes. Uh he's a like a chemical, I don't know, like a science dude. He's taking geology classes and stuff, and so you're like sick. They got this whole thing going on, and then Julia writes with this guy. His name's Tom. It's Christian Borle in real life. He was in Something Rotten and in Legally Blonde the musical and a bunch of other things. Little Shop of Horrors. Anyways, he's in it. He is like Julia's writing partner, and there's nothing going on between them because Tom's gay and Julia is married, and it should just be a professional relationship. And then there's this girl who the main character named Karen Cartwright. She comes in, and she's this dumb girl from Iowa that no one likes, and but she's like better than everyone else. And then they're making Marilyn Monroe the musical because Tom has this assistant named Ellis who's like kind of a shady fuck, and you still don't totally. I'm like 1.5 seasons in, and I still don't totally know what his deal is, other than I'm annoyed whenever he's on screen. He uh, it seems like he's trying to basically get credit for sort of coming up with the Marilyn Monroe musical because he was looking after Tom's stuff, and Tom had a Marilyn Monroe book, and Alice was like, make a musical about it or something. I don't know, dude. And then Tom was like, shit, dude. Which I think that deserves most of the credit because Tom did all the writing, and Alice was just like, yeah, what if? Which, I don't know. I guess you need, like, that deserves something. But, he kept him employed. I think that's something. And then, so they start writing it, and then they're like, who's going to direct this? We need somebody like, I don't know, from Pirates of the Caribbean. Then they get that Jack Davenport guy, and he's like, hello, love, I've came here to help you with your little musical. And because whenever I see something in this, I see Marilyn, blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, where is Karen Cartwright? And then Karen comes up, he's like, you're too innocent, love. You need to sing onto my penis. And then she is like, I'm not going to sing onto your penis. I have a boyfriend. Karen has a boyfriend. He's cool at first. He gets to not be, which sucks because you really like him at first because, he's the only one supporting her at first. Even it gets to where, like, Karen Cartwright's parents are like, no, don't date anyone else. Date this dude. He's rad. And then he's like, he's also a British dude, and he's like, I'm going to get a lawyer, and I'm going to become a lawyer, and I'm going to blah, 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 and we're going to have the best life ever. That was a little Australian, but then you find out that, Karen starts kind of killing it in these things, in these musicals, and he's like, shit, I was not planning on your life becoming more of a priority. I thought that I could just do my thing and you would do your silly little whatevers. And then she's like, no, honey, this shit's just ramping up. There's Karen Cartwright, and then there's this other girl named Ivy. Ivy was going to be the original Marilyn because Christian Borle, the dude who wrote Tom, he wrote the thing, and he wrote it with the intention of doing Ivy a solid, making her the Marilyn because she's been a chorus girl forever, and he's like, this is finally her shot. Drama. They kind of just fight between Karen and Ivy being Marilyn for a while, and I don't know, they're both great, they're both not, they're both whatever. And then Derek, Mr. Davenport dude from Pirates of the Caribbean, is like, Ivy, I need you to sing onto my penis, and then she sings onto his penis, and then they start getting along, and then later on he's like, well, Ivy, you're great, but we need a new direction with this or something. And then she's like, what? But sang onto your penis. She doesn't have an accent. And then he's like, yes, but Rebecca Duvall is about to sing onto mine. Or I think I can get Rebecca Duvall to sing onto my penis. Anyways, they both sing onto each other's penises. Ivy's mad. This is still the first season. And then, throughout all this, Julia, or that they need a guy to play Joe DiMaggio, the opposite of Marilyn Monroe in the musical. So they have this dude, Michael, Julia, who's married to Brian Darcy James, Frank in the show, they asked this dude, Michael and Julia had an affair like 5 years before. Oh, and also Julia and Frank's family, they have a kid named Leo. He's cool, but they're trying to adopt a kid, and the whole adoption process is a bitch and a half is what it seems like, just to take kids off the street. And so they're like going through that, but then Julia caves and tells Tom, as Christian Borle, and is like, hey, so 5 years ago I had an affair with Michael. And then Tom's like, oh, girl. And she's like, I know, we shouldn't have him. They end up getting him on. And why is this thing doing this? It says it's recording. So hopefully it gets me. Just in case if not, I am going to do this. Wait, what? Whatever. What was I going to do? Damn it. I threw off my train of thoughts. Oh, yeah. In case that audio is not audioing, I'll get it here. and then we'll have both, right? There. Okay, so smash. Julia is like, 5 years ago I had an affair with Michael and we shouldn't have him on the thing. Of course they're going to have him on the thing because they're like, you need to be professional, love. We're all sleeping with everyone in this cast, but you apparently can't handle that. So you're not going to, we're going to, I don't know. They ended up getting this dude. Julia sleeps with him, has an affair, and then the whole time, Frank, Brian Darcy James, is like down. He's, you know, or no, he doesn't know, but he's like being a cool husband throughout all this. He's like, yeah, fucking Michael's cool, whatever. You know, because he knew him as like a work. He never found out about the first affair. So, basically, he thinks that Julia and Michael are like buddies, and he doesn't care. He's like, I love my wife. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Which ideally, that's how it should be. I think. I don't know. Never been married, but then he finds out. He reads like some song lyrics that Julia wrote, and is like, Julia comes home. He's like, Julia, what the dickens? And then she's like, and then he's like, I can't even talk to you right now. And then he leaves, which is good. He's got to go think. But then, cut to next, he goes, sees Michael. Michael is doing something. And he's like, Michael, what the fuck, dude? I thought we were boys. And then Michael's like, why don't you just go home? Because he's like, you know, super alpha dude. He's like, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, clearly, if you freak out, it's on you. Dude, he's like, I didn't do it. Being irrational right now. And then he's like, but then Michael says, don't worry, man. We shouldn't have started it back up again. It was over for a while. And then Frank goes, Brian S. James goes, what? A while? And then he realizes, he's like, oh shit, my wife didn't just have an affair last week. She also had one 5 years ago, and I didn't know about it. That sly dog. And then he punches him in the face. Frank punches Michael in the face. And then Michael's like, oh, fair. They agree on something. And then Michael leaves. And then the guy who they're going to have play DiMaggio in the next version of Monroe, when they're going to finally do it on like Broadway or something, he flakes because he gets a TV pilot. And then they're like, shit, guess we got to get Michael back. And Julia's like, no, because there was a bunch of shit. Brian Darcy James was going to move out, but then he wasn't. They're going to try to make it work. But then they suggest bringing Michael back, and now they're like, ugh. And that's a little bit of Smash. That's a little bit of the show's Smash. And I've been watching it. It's really, really good. I think it's good. I don't know. I feel like it's I was watching. But now I'm in season 2. And Jeremy Jordan's in it. So it can only get better. And he plays like a scruffy, angry, sexy little man. And it's... You'd like him. It's cool. Anyways, what are we doing here? It's the last... I want to finish this journal. Yeah. Let's see. If you've been following along with this journal, then, you know that I've been reading along. And, yeah, this is just kind of my life as a 4th and 5th grader. So we're gonna start in, let's see. We finished last time. I went, I just got back from Camp Idahaven. And now it is March. Sometime in March. I don't even know what year. But maybe we'll find that out. So after Idahaven, it was March. And we are back now. Beginning in March, journal thing, fourth and fifth grade. I said, I know that I haven't wrote in this journal because I have been busy. Right back with the excuses, Max. And I lost this journal. Another excuse. You didn't have paper lying around, Max? So here, spelt wrong, is a brief overview of what's happened. 1. In 6th grade. And then the rest of them are just different animals that I shot when I went hunting. Update 7. Did 360s and 540s on skis. Motherfucker. Alright, whatever. Number 8. Went to Seattle. I went there. Number 9. Went ice fishing and caught huge exclamation point perch. That's a fish. While I was in Seattle, I was sick the whole time. It wasn't very fun. But we did get to go on the Space Needle. Now I'm just sitting here to pass the time. I don't know where I was sitting, but the picture that I drew is a guy sitting in a chair, and then he says, sigh. And then I have a picture of the Space Needle, and then next to it, it says 600-something feet. I don't know if that means how tall it is, or if that's like how many, like a rough estimate of how many people's feet were on the Space Needle. Get it? You're giving me nothing. Does your head... May I? Okay. Whoa. I will have you know, that shit was crazy. You should have led with that. Okay, back to being... I kind of like... It's kind of nice just having a body here that doesn't talk, you know? I can kind of bounce stuff off of you. And sometimes saying nothing says the most. Alright, I'll work on it. I need to be... I get to, I go off on tangents a lot. Sometimes it seems like I don't know what I'm going to say, and yeah, you're right, usually I don't. I should structure these episodes out a little bit better. I need to realize, what the kind of funny that I bring to the table is, and I need to basically hone that. You're right, yeah, okay. Thanks for putting that, yeah, I'll work on that. And that's why we have scene partners. Okay. My mom just handed me a letter that came in the mail, and it is an award for Nordic skiing. It says, congratulations on a great ski season. I don't remember them doing that. They never sent out letters for skiing, let alone Nordic skiing. That was the kind I did the least. Hardly ever. I did it less than 5 times, probably. But anyways, now it's Sunday, and that Sunday was okay. Ben went to ski training while I caught up on homework. Lame. I finished my homework and I just finished cleaning the kitchen because my mom is sick. Yeah, if you're my mom and you're sick, I will clean your kitchen. Only if you're my mom. That kind of limits the options. If you're like someone like named Steve's mom, tough shit. That evening, my dad came home from our house in Eagle because he had to do something at the house. When he got here, he was talking with a policeman. Whoa. It had to do with someone in a car behind my dad while he was driving up, so the policeman said that my dad had to go to court, so I was wishing him good luck. I remember this. My dad's not a dick. My dad's a great guy. I've said it before. We called him in the episode. My dad's the guy who, like, if you were like arguing with him at 3 a.m. to where you're just screaming at each other, and then you storm out of the place and you are driving home and you're just like, and then you hit something and your car goes into a ditch. My dad's gonna be the first one there helping you out, and I would kill to be that good of a person. He's the best. He's a great person. The reason a cop was talking to him and why he had to go to court was because he's also gets a little distracted sometimes. It's hard to focus, and he was driving, and there was. It sounds fake, but my dad is the one person who does this. He lives in a place where deer are almost what's the word? Nuisance? They're annoying. Deer are everywhere. It's not a surprise to see them. And even though he's lived in this place for however many years, every deer he sees, he's got to stop and look at it because he loves them. It's his thing. He likes the deer. And we love him for that. But sometimes when he's driving, it means he has to slow down. And he will notice the deer before he notices the line of cars behind him. And, I get it. Everyone should stop and look at the deer. It's pretty. I think it would bring us all together if we all just stopped and looked at deer for a while. But we can't do that realistically. And so a lady called the cops on my dad for driving way too slow on the street. And my dad had to, he got a complaint for looking at the deer. And, I think that's funny. Monday. Monday was fun. After school, I had to go to track and field where I did high jumping. Surprise. I did really good at it. Yeah. Also, I found out that this weekend is the first day of youth turkey season, so we might go turkey hunting. Dude, I was a little Jim Shockey. I was a little Will Primos, little Crockett. I don't know, who are the old hunters? Jeremiah Johnson? Robert Redford? Anyways, I was a little outdoorsy boy. I was clucking in turkeys. April 10th, tomorrow, spelled with an A. I'm going to sneeze. No, I won't. No. Adapt and overcome. Fortune favors the brave. Tomorrow we're going turkey hunting, and if I shoot a turkey early, I can go to Brundage and go pond skimming. Dang. I had so much energy. I was like, Dad, if I wake up and shoot a turkey at like 6 a.m., can we drive 2 hours to the ski resort so I can do this skim across water? Because I was like, if there's enough time in the day, I got enough energy in my head, body, mind, soul. Freedom, beauty, truth, and love. I wonder if I did the pond skim, because the next entry is May 12th. I really started slacking near the end. May 12th. I haven't been writing in my journal a lot because I've been so busy. You already said that, Max. I'm a boy who cried wolfing you guys right now. Here's a brief update. Did not shoot a turkey. Wonder if I did the pond skim. Had a birthday. Nice. Went bear hunting. Didn't shoot a bear. Striking out. I bet I had fun. Then I said, that's pretty much all the things I did. Maybe I was bummed about that. Well, depending on who you are, you might not like who I was when I was little, but for what makes it better, we ate all the bear. We ate it. Ate the meat of it. We used it. Nothing went to waste. Disclaimer. I don't know. Here, look at me being paranoid. People aren't going to like me for doing what people have been doing. I went hunting. I said, yesterday was awesome. I shot my first bear. I did. I shot it. Whether you think that's cool or not, at the time I thought that was rad, and now I think it's rad that we ate it all. I think I've definitely grown as an outdoorsman into like seeing the usefulness of hunting instead of like the trophy hunting aspect of it. Anyways, we were first sitting in our blind, and my dad saw a huge color phased bear. So that's like when a bear, like a black bear, has brown fur or blonde fur. And it was just looking at us. Then it lumbered away. Walked away. And about 20 minutes later, I saw it at the bear bait, and I shot it, and it rolled down the hill. After, the bear weighed about 450 pounds, and it was about 6 to 7 feet long. It was a big bear. Barely got it. May 13th, 2009. Today was okay. It was fine at first because I didn't have school today, so I got to relax. My brothers did have school, so I was alone. What was the occasion? Later, I went to my friend Preston's house, and we played on his trampoline for a little bit. He had a trampoline. It was sick. Man, you hear that? Like, you ever hear how somebody walks and you're like, does that hurt your feet? Like, I get plantar fasciitis, and I really work on the heel-toe thing. Some people doesn't even just bam, bam. Okay. Anyways, I was at Preston's. Preston had a trampoline. And then I said, school is going great, too. I have good grades, and I have a lot of friends. Did I? Yeah. Our school wasn't really... It was small, so it wasn't like... There weren't like cliques, really. There were like the few kids you knew not to hang out with. But other than that, it was like everyone was pretty friendly with each other, it seemed like. If you were hot. May 28th, 2009. Today was fun. In school, we are doing a project when we make balloons. But before I tell you that story, I have to tell you this story. Okay, Max, you're writing a comic book? On the 20th... The reason I started laughing was because back then, my brain probably would have just read this as, on the 21st of May, we did a veteran program in Boise for school. But in my head now, I went, on the 21st day of the month of September. Which is the person that lines in Little Shop of Horrors. Anyways, we did a veteran program in Boise for school. First, we get a veteran. Not like legal, like we don't like own. They don't just... Dude, this thing keeps clicking. Maybe I need to update it. But they don't give us like a handcuffed veteran and they're like, use it wisely. We like pen pals. You write a letter to someone and, you know, we do a nice thing for them. Then we write pen pals back and forth with veterans in Boise, and then we come down a day out of the year and we sing songs to them. We get a veteran and we write it in a letter. And I said in parentheses, my veteran's name is Max Callan. So on the 21st, we went down, on the 21st day of the month. On the 21st day of the month of March, we went down to the veterans' home in Boise, and we first socialized with our veterans. I was talking to them like they were pets. Like, okay, you all get your veterans, put your leash on them, and then we're going to let them socialize with each other. They're people. They've been people longer than all of us put together. Thank you for your whatever. Then we sang about 20 songs about the war to them. Here are the songs. What? Oh, damn, dude. I put a whole set list. Give my regards to Broadway. We did that song. I forgot about that song. That song's a banger. Babyface. Babyface. You've got the cutest little baby face. Something, something, something. My poor heart is jumping, baby. Okay, I remember that. And then You Must Have Been a Beautiful Baby. I don't know if I remember that one. Side by Side, I remember that one. Hello, My Honey. Oh, fucking yeah. That was like, hello, my honey, hello, my baby, hello, my ragtime girl. Send me a kiss by wire, baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me, and you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, telephone, and tell me I'm your own. Yeah, I think Alexander's Ragtime Band. Come on in here. And 5'2". Oh, I remember that. I don't remember that one, but I remember it, you know? 5'2", eyes, whatever. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. Oh, I remember. There was a choreographed bit where we did that. I don't remember the rest. Rag Mop. Raggmop. Ragmop. Stage Door Canteen. Oh, that. Okay, cool. I remember that one. Not totally, because I didn't sing it just now. Soldier Boy, Soldier Girl. I assume that's not Soldier Boy. Military Medley. Marine, Army, Air Force, America. Oh, yep, that was sick. Yankee Doodle, Grand Old Flag. I'm proud to be an American. Before you go, Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. Company B. Oh, how I hate to get up in the morning. Oh, yeah, those were good. I can't think of the rest, but I'll write them down when I find them. Then I said, oh, yeah, I guess I found them. The other 3 songs are Put Your Arms Around Me, Honey. Oh, that was like, put your arms around me, honey, hold me tight. Something, 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 something with all your might. Don't know the rest. The Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Everyone knows that. There'll be bluebirds. Oh. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Something, something, I don't know the rest. But that was one. That is my songs. We also sang for our community. So today on our school oh yeah, back to the balloons. So today on our school project, we were building balloons. My group is almost done. We built balloons out of paper, and then we had a machine, like a propane thing outside, and we would hold the paper balloons over that, and you would fill it with hot air, and you let them go, and then they fly. So that was that. Story about honey. Let's see. Skip a bit. December 3rd, 2009. These few days have been really fun. We went duck hunting. I'm just trying to see if this is like an appropriate story. Shot some ducks. Okay, let's see here. Well, I guess we'll skip to the next year. August 9th. I know that I have not written for a while. Same excuse. Take a drink every time you hear, but I've been so busy. Here's a list of some things I did. Shot another bear. School's out. Went to San Diego. Went to Tajon Ranch. Went shooting a lot. Took bow hunter's ed. Drew for archery elk tag. Made a new friend. Went to Ida Haven. Applied for a job at golf course. They were too full. That's a nice way of saying no. Went jet skiing. Then in parentheses, it says 62 miles an hour. I'm guessing I went fast. Rented a boat and I learned to wake surf. lots of golfing, 3-day rafting trip. What a summer, am I right? August 9th, 2010. This afternoon was fun. I ran 2 miles up to Ben's football training. Later on, my dad took me to Northwest Passage and we had quesadillas. I'm guessing was that a restaurant? Because there was a slope at Brundage, our local ski resort called Northwest Passage. But it seems like the highlight for me at Northwest Passage was that we had quesadillas. And so I'm guessing that was a restaurant. Afterwards, I got a hot chocolate and we headed home. Hot chocolate and cheese, dude. Now that makes me throw up thinking about it. Once we got home, my dad and I shot bows. I got a nice group from 30 yards. Meaning every shot I took landed in the same spot because I was good. Same day, a few minutes after I wrote this, I went to chop wood and I destroyed this huge piece of wood into about 10 pieces. I must have been pumped. Hit it with an axe and it just... I'm really strong. I just got back from a fun time... Don't interrupt. A fun time shooting at the gun range. I set up some targets to shoot at and I set up... So, yeah, I shot a lot of things when I was little. So I guess if you don't like hearing this, show it to your dad. He might. I set up some targets to shoot at, and I set up some cups and some golf balls and shot them. Once we got back, I threw my throwing stars around. We had throwing stars. I've never killed a person. August 10th. So far, this day has been pretty fun. Shot a squirrel. Fucking damn it, Max. Sometimes even I'm like, Max, you were bloodthirsty. I shot a squirrel with a blowgun. Just... I should add, this was in 2010. 13 years ago. I was... probably old enough to know that this isn't cool. Oh boy. It's October now. And I said good news. I started out with good news, which means I probably killed something. I'm just such an adjacent serial killer. Good news. About 2 weeks ago, I got my first elk. You know what? I shot an elk when I was 13 from like 75 yards away with a bow and arrow, which I think now still is pretty impressive. My bow, if you know the terms, my bow was 45 pounds, which is like just at the legal limit for tension with a bow and arrow in Idaho. That's like the minimum amount of weight your bow, like the resistance when you're pulling your bow back. Mine was 40 pounds because that's the most I could pull. But even then I could barely pull it. Like I had to lift it up to pull it back. And I was so Joe Rogan. But there was an elk that we were hunting for, and it was walking below us on the hill, and the wind was unfortunately blowing in the wrong way. So it was blowing our smell to the elk, and there was nothing like covering the two of us. So it was like if the elk turned its head, it would have seen us. And the elk, luckily, was looking the other way. And so I lifted the bow up really high, and I pulled it back, and I started lowering it. Then the elk looked at us when my arm was like right here. And ideally, I would be able to just pull it back, and it'd be all good. But my hand was up here. Couldn't really do shit other than just wait for the elk to not look at me anymore. And then my hand was up here. And then my dad was like, he whispered in my ear, he was like, aim like 10 feet over it. And I was like, okay. And I went, damn. Shot it. Got it. It was all bag 'em and tag 'em. You know what I mean? Anyways, later on in the day, we were sitting there on a hill, and after calling for a while, we got up. Yep, that's basically what I said. And oh my goodness. I had about 6 pages of unwritten pages in this here journal. Maybe I should write in it and say like it's January something 2023. Sorry I haven't written in a while. I've just been so busy. Maybe I could say that. What do you think? Speechless. Nice. Well, that was my journal that I wrote in. We finished it in a 4-part series. We got my dad to comment on some of it. That's pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed my 4th through 6th grade brain. And I'll probably do this again when I'm not so busy, because I'm just so busy according to this journal. Maybe I'll find something else I wrote, but for now I'm like really busy, and this has been Matilda, her first appearance, first of many, hopefully. Yeah. Good night, morning.